Well, good morning, folks. It's the real Captain Kirk here. It's the 5th of June, Sunday morning. It's actually another spectacular day here in the Northeast. We've had some phenomenal weather here. Took the girls to the one of their favorite spots close to home here. It's about 90 miles from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So if you can figure out where this is at based on the geography and the palm trees in the sand, again, hint, hint. But again, just a spectacular weekend here in the East. Not so down in Florida. We'll talk about that in a minute here. Looking at last week, world summer here. Now, this is week ending 4 June, Saturday here in the U.S. It was zero point 0.3 degrees warmer than last year, 12th warmest in 37 years, so above average on that front. 13% drier than last year, 11th driest in 37 years. So generally warmer, drier trend. Really good there from Texas and Northeast. Again, this big map is the trends versus last year. So that's how our retail customers would look at the weather. Again, very favorable in the South and East, not so favorable in the West and Northwest. Across the rest of the world here, Canada, coldest in 10 years, so not so good up there. UK, coldest in 16 years after some warm trends there. Russia a bit warmer, China a bit warmer. Cold spot again down in Australia, coldest in 3 years with much below average temperatures as they enter their meteorological winter, still late fall according to the sun. Maps inset left are the trends versus average. Hurricane season, as expected, is off to a fast start here. We expect, again, 20 named systems when all is said and done this year, fourth most active in 166 years. Florida got in the act here. You'll see that trend here. Again, didn't get a name until after it moved across Florida, but still dumped tropical rains across South Florida with over 10 inches in the Miami area. So again, a first tropical system is going to head north now of Bermuda. So not a big, huge impact here, but some stormy weather here as we get toward later today in Bermuda, as Alex races out to sea. Look at this week here, again, 5 through 11 June here, second week of June here in the U.S., about 3.8 degrees colder now than last year, coldest in 3 years, 17th warmest in 37 years, so about in the average. This time last year, obviously, was just near record hot across the country, so a big downward trend, again, especially for the central U.S. and interior Northeast. Looking at precip trends, we're about 16% drier than last year, driest in 6 years, 11th driest in 37 years, so below average there. So kind of a cooler, drier week on a national scale. If there's a stormy spot, we'd say it's Arkansas, Missouri, where there could be some potential strong to severe thunderstorm activity. We'll look at these year-over-year trends here because this is how our retail customers would look at the weather here. So these bars show the trends nationally. Much more May, and then Mother's Day, Memorial Day were very strong periods. Unfortunately, now we've entered into a kind of a cooler year-on-year trend here, so a lot of those blue bars down. Maybe a little bit of uptick as we get toward few days there around Father's Day. Father's Day weekend looks to be a colder trend, but so this is kind of a negative for overall seasonal merchandise sales. We like to quantify that for our customers. So we call it the power of 1 degree. We take point of sale data correlated to past weather to then project those sales everywhere on Earth out a year by week, again, everywhere on Earth. So again, this is how 1 degree of change. Typically this time of year, about 1% hotter. We get hotter for beer and beverages, ice cream, allergy, everything you buy. So if we quantify this week, again, it's about 3.8 degrees colder than last year's record hot conditions. So again, it's about an average week nationally, but again, the overall trends would be down. So we take that 3.8 times our power of 1 degree on these seasonal category sales. So cold beverages, ice cream, allergy medications down about 4% versus last year. Picnic food, swimsuits down about 8%. Spring apparel, grilling, birdseed, fishing equipment down about 12%. Sun care, lawn equipment down 20%, and then real volatile things like air conditioners. Obviously, we're here in the 70s here this week in the Northeast. So again, air conditioner sales could be way down compared to last year's, again, near record hot conditions across the U.S. So again, how we help big retail understand how weather's going to influence their sales. Looking at the week here before Father's Day, hard to believe here, mid-June. Again, kind of a little bit of a downward trend, but not as bad, actually. So it's 1.1 degrees colder than last year, but 6th hottest in 37 years, and really favorable there from the Southwest Texas into the Northeast. So again, that map bottom left there is again trends versus last year. So those would be the more favorable spots. Even though the West is warming up, again, just compared to last year, just much colder. So not much lift for seasonal sales. A little bit better, but again, not compared to last year. Precip 20% drier than last year, driest in 27 years. We'll see about that. Third driest in 37 years, so a dry week. So that's typically good for outdoor activities. And again, hopefully these trends can continue as we get into the Father's Day weekend. Looking at the World 2-week outlook now, just aggregating all these trends together here through the 18th of June. Again, you see Generally warmer. These are trends versus average now. Warmer from the southwest, Texas, along the east coast. If there's a cold spot, it's going to be there in the heartland, central U.S. Corn Belt regions. Europe also pretty warm for the week overall. So with that, folks, we hope you have a great week. We will be back again this time next week.